previous owners of.
Why would you say something like that? Also, hello everybody. We're back with the more D&D stuff.
I like how you say that, but like they know if they click on the video that says D&D.
I'm asking it because
they clicked on the D&D. What the fuck do you mean this isn't cooking tips and tricks?
Exactly. What do you mean? I've been lied to. This isn't personal financing.
Introduction because the last dozen videos y'all been doing it.
Okay. Alright, so Turtle decides to go, so this is a perfect time because Turtle technically has a bunch of spells he's gotta learn, so he can be doing that. So Turtle, Jalen break off doing their own thing. Jalen has like spoopy nightmares because of his ghost. Not Astriek, the other ghost.
What other
ghost?
Wait, did you guys not read up on anyone else's race?
No.
Technically, Jalen has a creature inside him that after getting the book and reading a shit ton on the character, he's also supposed to have nightmares of sometimes.
Oh.
I think it's his race. I think it's his origin.
No, that's his race. Oh. That's his race completely.
What's his race again?
It's like, Joe, it's called Cal, I don't know how you pronounce it. I literally just started reading into it.
Cambodian.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I have like all the races almost, except like I think 3 now.
IRL?
No, I wish. I wish.
What?
Oh, it's called Sorry, it's called Calistar. Right, so it is now. Joe has joined you. It is now Joe. Joe, you're here, right? I don't want to just start your name up. Oh, awesome! Perfect timing, Joe. You have the world's impeccable timing. Say Joe's name 3 times and he appears.
Behold.
All right, so Joe, you kind of missed everything that happened, so you have no idea what happened. But that's all good. No, Ash missed it.
Yeah,
secret meetings.
I have no idea what's going on.
So, Astriek's leading the charge now. She walks past you. You guys can choose to follow her if she wants. It's just this shit needs to happen, and I'm like kind of gonna force this to happen because it needs to happen before I forget.
I'll just follow along with her. Why the fuck not?
Since Astriek's gonna be the first time leading the charge in this campaign.
Yeah.
Dude, everyone just was like, "Oh, here's the pants. You wear them." Alright, so as you guys follow Astriek out of sheer curiosity to see where she goes, at first she goes to what is left of the stables and only buys a cart. She buys 1 cart. That's it. And that would be... Let me look at the cart ratio transfer here real quick to remove her money before I forget. Okay, that's around 57 gold off of her inventory.
Oh, let's go.
Hey, Jalen, everyone's following the ghost. Welcome.
Yeah. Okay.
So she bought 1 cart, no horse, just 1 cart. Then she, so are you gonna ask her anything while she's just casually walking around the town? Are you all gonna be like creepo stalkers following the ghost?
I'm just shadowing her for a little bit, seeing what she's doing.
Okay.
Hey, what you buying?
A cart. We need one.
Why?
Well, aren't we going to follow the goblin? That could be 3 or 4 days ride.
Oh, I thought we were just gonna walk.
I mean, if we walk, it would take significantly longer for most of the party members. Especially the turtle.
Yeah, that's fair.
So she buys only the cart. And then she does a quick U-turn, like a car. Just kidding. And then she goes and she tries her best to find a little shop for flowers.
Wait, are we still in the first town?
Yes, you never left.
Okay, I was just confused because from what it sounded like, half of the place was in ruin. I didn't know what else was around.
Yeah, that's why I said she kind of tries to look for one. At the very last stop, she finds a girl selling flowers, and she buys 5 gold worth of flowers. It wasn't exactly 5 gold's worth, but she like paid 5 gold.
Those tips.
Yeah.
I asked her what the flowers are for.
Well, since we're heading north, we'll be visiting. Oh, hey, Natasha.
Goblin's grave.
I know.
No.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to say, since Natasha is so drunk, Astriek physically has to carry her around. I forgot to mention, Joe, I need her to make a con save, and she rolled a 5, so she's drunk for 3 hours, and Astriek physically has to carry her around.
That doesn't sound like too bad of a detriment.
I know. So, Astriek is like just carrying Natasha around. Well, since we're alright, so back to listen. She's like, well, since we're heading north, I'd like to make a quick pit stop on the way up there.
Okay, where?
It shouldn't be too far out of the way. If we ride for a couple hours, we should come across from it.
What is it?
A graveyard.
Who significant is buried there?
Someone I knew very, very dearly in life.
I don't know about her husband. Fuck. I guess I know a little bit because I remember her and Turtle talking about it.
Well, her husband was a king and she was a queen, so it's not her grave and it's not her husband's grave.
Oh, true. One of her kids, then, probably. Maybe.
No, both of her kids are alive. Because elves and half-elves live extremely long lives.
Oh, true. Well, I'm stumped.
A half-elf can live 150 years, and then elves, especially Elderins, can like live up to 500 to 700 years. And then dwarves are like, Joe, isn't dwarves the same as half-elves, like you roughly 150? I know it's past 50 because I know from playing a dwarf, they're not considered to be adults until they are 50.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I do remember that about dwarves.
That's funny.
Yeah, so dwarves, I know dwarves at least live over 100 years. So is that all anyone's gonna ask her? Is everyone just kind of awkwardly follows the ghost around?
I gotta be awkward. I can't just follow her.
I can't say shit.
You can say things.
Yeah.
I mean, she is carrying you. You're fully kind of aware of what's happening. You just know a fudging 7-foot-tall woman is carrying you on her shoulders like a fucking child.
Stuff. Like, it's not like we're not letting you say things. It's just like you just get disadvantage on your rolls, and like you're kind of
I'd rather
sluggish.
not say anything.
That's fine.
Why?
If you don't want to say
Okay.
anything, it's fine. But like you can say things. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, how stupidly sounding would a person who's supposed to be drunk?
I mean, just say it
sound?
normally.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, just say it normally, and I'll like decipher it, like how it would sound.
I mean, I'm just gonna follow along and see what's going on here. I don't got much else to do, so I don't got anyone else to do either. So
You're drunk too, though.
I'm a little
nowhere near drunk.
He's only a little bit drunk. He's nowhere near as drunk as you are.
I shove Aiden to see if he'll fall down.
Okay, roll to see if you can push him. Roll to see if you can pass his armor class.
Hold on, I need to pull up my character sheet.
Alright, so as that's happening, the barbarian does like a quick turnaround and looks at Joe's character very like intimidatingly at first, and then like with her one free hand kind of like muffles around in her cloak and pulls out
your titty.
no
Can I
pulls
a
out,
roll to kill him?
no, because Astriek would stop you.
Yeah, I know.
No fair.
Okay, so it's just a D20 I roll, right?
Yeah. So she actually hands you a flask that has been bitten at, scratched at, has a hydra teeth embedded in it, and has a claw embedded in it.
This is being handed to me.
She's being handed to you, and she says, "Drink."
Be careful, that
I-
shit strong.
That's against his
Beats me.
religion.
I shall.
Joe, roll a con save with disadvantage since you're ingesting it.
By the way, I rolled a 15.
Okay, so I'm just rolling a regular con save because I already have advantage.
Yes. All right. So, Aiden, does that hit your armor class of 15?
22.
15, my armor class is 15.
Pause.
So it does
that
hit.
counts.
No, me and Joe looked up. No, me and Joe looked up the rule. We actually found it. If the armor class it meets your armor class, it hits you.
Does it?
Repeat it,
Yep.
repeat it, please. I
Yeah.
didn't hear shit.
What the fuck?
Also,
So-
Wyatt,
Plus,
my
I'm
con
not
save
actually
was
hitting you.
22.
Shh. One at a time. What was that, Joe?
Con save was a 22.
Okay, so you succeed. You are very hardy. Do you give her back her flask? Because this is actually hers.
E-flask.
All
Yeah.
right, so I
She
rolled-
actually, like, with her, after putting it back on, so, Aiden, roll a dexterity check. To see if you catch yourself before falling in your face first.
Dexterity save or dexterity check?
just dexterity.
Yeah, either which way you take your fancy to, because it can be considered either or. If
8.
this was combat and you were
8.
pushed over, I'd say a save.
He said 8.
Oh.
Well, you fall on the ground to your disgruntlement.
Oh!
All right, I help him up.
Okay, so as this is happening, she puts her flask in her pocket. She reaches over with her right hand, her free hand, and actually like pats Joe on the shoulder and says, "You're the first one here who's not gotten drunk from that."
Finally.
I don't. Did my boyfriend drink it? I forget.
No, he only examined it very intensely and gave it back to her.
So you're the first out of 2 other people who haven't drunk it yet.
Yeah, so now she's got the flowers and the cart, and now she's gonna go to find a butcher's shop. Do you still follow her? Are you all guys like still interested in following this ghost?
I'm stuck with her, so it's like,
Sure.
I'm fine
Well,
with
Natasha, you're 4. She's like literally carrying
I
you.
know, that's why I said I'm stuck, so it's like, I have no opinion.
Alright, so Joe, what'd you say? Because I heard 3 people.
I'm fine with following her.
Okay. Everyone else following with her? Just making sure.
Yeah.
Alright, so as you follow her to the butcher's, she buys a massive slice of pork, some meat, 3 days worth of water rations, and several other meat supplies, and she puts them in a little pouch. Which, if Joe knows what this pouch is, this is a pouch of carrying, which is it's a haversack pouch. That's what it's called, Joe, right? That has yep, that's it. It's a haversack pouch. So they all just swoop in this tiny pack. Or a bag of holding if you want. Yeah, but
I
haversack's
prefer
better.
the term golden bag of holding, but
Golden bag of holding. Yeah. So she swoops everything she's got in there except the cart, because the cart is way more than 80 cubic feet.
Damn.
And she like pushes the cart herself towards the outside of town, and sets Natasha in it. So you're seated there, and then she proceeds to get your guys' stuff from the inn and put it in the cart to get you guys ready to roll out. Yeah, what do you all want to do while she's doing this? Because I'm literally about to say you guys can move on from this town, because I hate to say there's nothing left in this town. This town is like completely demolished.
I don't
Is
think
there
we can
anyone-
move on very much, can we?
Is there anyone that I can roll for charisma to seduce?
They're all busy. You actually can't. They're
All of them
swamped.
are
with-
busy?
I mean,
rebuilding the
unless you want to fuck the people who are unconscious and aren't doing anything, be my guess.
I mean,
I will make an attempt on your life if you try and
I
do
like
that.
how you
There's a
include the
homeless guy or
fact
something
that
that's solicited,
my
like,
drunken
come
self
on.
is sitting right there.
One at a time. What'd you say, Aiden?
there's no like homeless guy I can solicit, or
The entire town was, for one, just set on fire, destroyed. Several people are in critical condition. Several people have to be bandaged up and washed up from the charred remains of the town.
I mean, even after 9/11, there were still lot lizards, but you know we can move on. I guess we're good.
9/11 was 2 towers, not entirety of New York.
How dare you? I saw that. I had to go through New York, ankle deep
No,
in
you
blood.
didn't.
I had to go
No,
to
you
New York.
didn't.
I was ankle deep in blood and bone looking for my brother.
Alright, so what you guys do? She's actually getting up every single one of your stuff and paying off all the tabs, since none of you technically paid a second night, except Joe and Aiden.
I didn't take anything.
Yeah, but no, what are you doing? She's basically getting up everyone else's stuff too.
I want to jump in the cart and just wait.
Okay, Joe, you jump in.
I mean, I guess I don't see a reason to expend summon or find steed, so sure.
No, she's got you covered, Joe. She's
Yeah.
got you covered. Alright, so everyone gets in this cart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everyone gets in the cart. I'll say for story's sake, since I know Turtle's gonna be here and Zach, she kind of puts them in the cart, but they're like kind of asleep or something. We'll just roll with
I'm
that.
sitting
That's how
next
you're
to
gonna
Joe.
have to put it.
So Hashti pushes the cart slightly herself. She actually pushes it herself slightly about, I'd say, 80 feet from the town. And then she pulls that horn that both Natasha, Jalen, and Aiden saw yesterday of the dragon's horn, and blows into it. And all of a sudden you see the storm just come over you and encompass the entire area around you, and you see lightning strike the ground. And from what you can see, a skeletal horse at first, and then you see the organs and the flesh start to come back on the horse, and it rides up to meet her, and she pets it.
Holy
Hey,
fuck.
Joe.
That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
You have an addition?
What?
You have an addition, don't you, Joe?
What?
Maybe
You
we
want
can
me,
make this trip go a little faster.
are you gonna ask me to use find steed?
Perhaps.
She just summoned a steed, though.
Yeah.
We
this
found
is
it.
two,
There you
makes it
go.
go faster.
We all found
It's
Steve.
a single carriage. I'm
Also-
pretty sure it only has one
also-
hookup.
It's one
One on the
hookup
back.
carriage. It's there's one walk backwards while the other walks forward.
I was about to
We got-
say, are
we
we
got
doing
more
the train
drive,
style?
bro.
Shh, one at a time. Alright, I heard what you said, Joe. Aiden, you said something, you got swept up in the mix, right?
I said, well, that's fucked up. And I said, kind of a dick move to be summoning lightning in a house in the fucking town that was already just burning. But
She
Damn.
moved it completely away from the town.
Yeah,
so that way
he
they
said it
would-
was like 80 or 90 feet away.
yeah.
Is that a real horse?
Yeah, so it's a physical manifestation horse of her horse she had when she was alive.
I
No,
look
it's
to
dead.
Asterix and ask her if I can pet the horse.
She brings the horse closer as she's hooked you up, and she says, "Sure."
Pet the horse on its head.
Is it dead?
It is a dead horse because she outlived the horse for one in her own life. Horses
What's the
do not
horse's
live
name?
it. The horse's name? She thinks a bit because this was her very first horse, and it takes her a bit to remember. Promare.
Neat.
I named him after the speed of the fire that rages on. The speed of fire that rages on inside me.
Ooh, edgy.
Huh. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So she hooks up Promare to this the cart, making sure everyone's secure, kind of making sure Natasha doesn't fall out since she's so stupor and drunk. And so you guys are all officially ready to leave, right? Like, no one wants to say anything during the ride, because I'll just go point A to point B if you guys aren't going to say anything.
Uh,
Because you
Probably
can
not.
ask her things, you can talk to each other, like, a lot of things can happen, and I don't want to just be like, alright, now you're here.
No, that's not the fun part.
Yeah, I know. So-
I'll play a couple old tunes on my guitar while we're on the trip.
Roll charisma.
I'll roll for a performance.
Yeah, do it.
Watch him get a low performance. That'd be funny.
14.
Nice. So you play. It takes you a bit to start it up since because of the rocks that's going up, and this is only because you rolled a 14. If you rolled one higher, you would have done it without a hitch. So it takes you a bit. Has Astriek's like riding up this dirt road and all this stuff. But after you get your center, you start playing some of your music in the back of the carriage as you guys ride up the hill.
Oh.
What you playing, Aiden? Give us a general sound.
Or you could give us a song. Like you can say the name of a song.
Oh
if you
god,
just
it's
want.
gonna be like chipping in or something.
That would be funny.
I'm doing the melody of "Never Fade Away."
Oh, wow.
You're such an edgelord.
It's fine. Alright, so he starts playing Johnny Silverhand, Never Fade Away. As you ride out the hill. No, we can't get Natasha copyright strike. That would suck. So as you're going up this hill,
If he sings
What was
it wouldn't be considered a copyright.
no, he said play it through his mic, not sing it.
Oh no. Sorry, no.
Yeah. Alright, so as you're riding up the hill, so none of you guys are saying anything, just Aiden's the only one over here playing.
Trying not to throw up from the bumps.
I'm just.
That's only after you're drunk, Natasha. You're not that drunk. You're drunk, but not drunk enough to throw up. And if you do start throwing up when you're that drunk, you are having way more problems that need to be addressed.
Technically, in the last video, I did throw up. I almost fell out the window throwing up.
That was only from the first taste. That was only from the
Exactly.
first taste. And it was curtains, not a window. They do not run that high of establishment.
I said a window. I didn't say anything about the curtains.
No, they had curtains over it. There's no like actual window. It was just like
It's
a fudging.
technically a window because it's an opening.
Do you know what the term window comes from?
No.
Alright, I'm just gonna leave it at that then.
That's stupid.
Alright, so you guys are riding up. I'm serious, being like serious. You're gonna skip 3 hours if none of you are gonna do something.
I mean, there's not much to talk about, is there?
You can ask Astrieks anything, any of the other party members. You know more about the ghost than everyone in your party.
So where are you guys coming from?
Around.
Natasha, hold up, before you should say, as Natasha says it, she kind of slurs her words and just like blankly stares at whoever talked first, which was Jalen. So she like blankly stares at you, like kind of like a fish.
Like a fish.
That's literally, if you're really drunk and you stare at something, you look like a fish because your eyes are so dilated.
You're in the headlight looking ass. I don't fucking remember, bro. They found me knocked up getting fucked up by goblins. That's all I remember. Just fucking tried to fuck one of them.
He did fuck one of them. He succeeded twice.
Yeah. I don't know. How did we get in that situation?
How'd you encounter the goblins before Aiden went and fucked it up?
Yeah, Aiden, let's hear it. How'd I get in the situation where I almost died because you got busy?
I mean, who's to know? Who's to know? Like,
Who's to know? I think me and Joe are to know. As a matter of fact, Joe, would you like to give us a refresher on what happened?
I didn't see what he was doing. I just heard odd noises, but
What are you talking about? You did. He did it right next to Jalen, like physically right next to him.
never
Like the
mind. I did see
goblins,
what he was doing,
the goblins were literally going through his stuff, and they charmed him instead of moving them away or anything. He literally, and I not said he did it on top of them. He almost did it on top of them.
Okay, well, I guess that's just a suppressed memory then.
I laugh horribly at the fact that you almost
No, your laugh would be normal. It would be normal. Your laugh doesn't change when you're drunk.
No, I meant with the way it comes out. Like I laugh almost hysterically at the fact that he almost died debunking.
Yeah. Thanks.
Who's still what?
Thanks.
So, Esther keeps riding. Roll perception checks if you want to see the scenery change.
I
Except
can't
Natasha.
roll. I can't roll.
I'll roll.
You can roll. Well, technically you can roll. You just have the lowest disadvantage, and you have a -1 to like
Can I get
any
advantage
check.
if someone
Yes,
rolls
no,
with
thank
me?
you.
Never mind. I rolled a 21 or 23.
All right. Okay. So anyone else go roll? Well, I'm just could describe it for Jalen over here.
I rolled a 12, so
Okay.
I'll just describe it to you guys.
Yeah, if you want to.
I
All
would
right.
use-
So
I would
As
use my
you
alpha
pass the
look, I
scene-
don't know.
you at first, since you're looking back, since you were talking to Natasha, and Natasha was in the back of the car, you see the town slowly fade away as you go up this hill, and you kind of see, well, at first before it fades away, you kind of see the true destruction. There's somewhat still smoke. However, the fires have gone out and they've been out for a while. It's just they have the general situation under control. You can see people slowly, as the town slowly fades out of existence, just moving around. As you watch, you see you come into like a lush forest area. Not completely lush. Like the main road has been cleared off, so there is a lot of foot traffic through here. But on each side, you see like dense forest. Subtle. You see the birds fly over as is now. Since you it's now mid-evening. You can kind of see the sun's like not setting, but it's in the position where it's starting to slowly lower. As the town just slowly disappears from your sight.
Ooh, the woods look so pretty.
You know, that's actually something exactly a drunk person would say. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm a druid, so it looks pretty in general.
As you say that, Astriek kind of looks back and she says, "You ain't seen any woods unless you've been in the Feylands."
this is true. Actually, the Feylands is quite pretty.
The Feylands is a truly majestic sight for anyone to behold.
So, are we
Wow.
going straight north right now, or are we going northeast?
You're going somewhat northeast, somewhat.
Okay.
That's
So,
Not-
is it the path I see on the map here? Toward,
Is the path? Yeah.
Conberry? I don't know how to say that. I can't really tell what that word says.
Let me quickly double check so I can get you to it.
Coneyberry? Is that what it is? Conyberry.
Oh, sorry. You're technically going south. He was pointing north from the ends. You're not. I did that backwards. That was just me because when I looked at the map, I had it flipped up from my perspective so I could like write things on it. That was me. So you're actually going southwest. Yeah, southwest.
Wait,
Southwest.
what? Toward
so-
where?
Toward Philodin
Okay.
by Umbridge Hill and
Pan-
past Gold
Pandolin?
Mine Mountains. Yeah,
So we're
Pandolin,
going
sorry.
way over there.
How big is the city?
This is actually the center of Sword Coast,
Ooh.
low-key, but you're not going there yet. That's like still a couple days ride.
Tower of Storms. We should go
Uh,
there next.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Yes. I look at all three of you, including Astriek. Next time.
There's way more than 3 people in the cart.
Okay, everyone in the car. The next time we come across something huge and destructive, let's lead it out of town before we do anything stupid.
But doing things stupidly is fun.
Asterix replies, "What are you talking about? The beast was led to the town naturally, and they had already set up the trap a good 95 feet from the town. What happened with the race in the town was no direct correlation to the Manticore, as far as I know."
Well, next time, let's just get it out of town before we destroy something.
What are you talking about? We did more good than dangers. Had we left when we just defeated the Manticore, that town might have been completely sacked and destroyed.
Worse
Might
than
have
what we
been.
did.
What'd you say,
I
Natasha?
said worse than what we did.
What are you talking about? The only one that actually did physical damage to the town was Asterix herself.
I know, that's what I meant.
I mean, hey,
Those
I did
can be-
some damage just to a person.
Well, Natasha, those potholes can be filled in. People's lives, homes, those take for one, lives you can't replace, and homes take a while to rebuild.
How much
And
you
a
pay,
lot.
apparently?
What do you mean?
Or one of those wraiths?
So, she rides. She rides, and as she gets slightly more and more southeast, you start to see this big, massive cemetery on this hill. Giant. Stretches out as far as the eye can see. However, you also know that the cemetery has not been kept up. You can see kind of the moss that's grown over the side. The gate's kind of a little broken. She pulls the horse slightly closer to the gate and sets it, ties pro mare to the fence, and actually gets off and opens. Well, at first she has to break the lock that's on it. So let me go over a good old strength check right here. Oh, that's a good old 18 plus 7, so we're doing hot tonight. So she breaks the lock fairly easily. It wouldn't be that hard considering it's a rusted lock. She breaks the lock and she goes in, slightly escaping your sight unless any of you want to follow her.
I'm going.
I'll follow it. Why not?
Anyone else?
I drag Joe out of the cart.
Natasha, do you want to
I said I
come?
was going.
Oh,
wait,
sorry.
my secondary.
Your mic-
What the heck?
Okay, so Joe, Jalen, and Aiden, do you follow directly behind her, or do you want to see what she does?
I followed beside her.
Okay, I was about to say because
what she does.
okay, so since Jalen's walking right beside her, along with. Wow, you could have so picked the lock. You could have been a gentleman for her, Jalen, but instead you wanted to see her break it.
She didn't ask.
That
Plus, I
is
know
true.
she's more than capable of doing things herself.
Okay. So you follow, and you go, I would say about 80 feet in the cemetery, towards the far, very far back. Not on the back left, but in the middle. And you come across a grave that is actually better upkept than every single grave in this entire thing. It's an old gravestone. There's stones that are broke. There's stones that markings you cannot read. And Astriek just kneels down. She actually takes off her great axe and her sword because they're great axes, Joe, are usually 6 foot, 5 foot.
They are massive.
Yeah, they're 6 foot. So she's got to take it off because it would be uncomfortable. So she just kind of pops them on the ground, and you just hear the what?
She has a great sword.
She has a great axe and a great sword.
Yeah.
She has both, as barbarians do.
Mm-hmm.
So she kneels before the grave, and she takes out her haversack, and she pulls out the roses she got, and she puts them on the grave, and she kind of sits there and closes her eyes and just breathes in. And she's in complete silence while she's doing this. She doesn't say anything. And if any of you guys want to see what the name on the tombstone is, you might want to roll a good old perception check.
Perception check. All right, I'm on it. I rolled a 14.
Okay. Anyone else want to do it to see if they get better?
Sure. Why not?
Okay.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
And by the way, are you only
14.
okay? So by the way, are all of you only looking at the tombstone?
Well, I want to look at Astriek and see what she's doing, but also look at the tombstone. I don't really care about anything else.
Okay, so you don't notice the two figures approaching behind you. But yep. Astriek notices them though, so you're all good. So the name reads, "Here lies Samuel J. The last name has been somewhat rubbed off. And and there is a sword, and it says, "My most loyal soldier in battle who fought by my side till the very end on that fateful day." The date is also rubbed off.
Mm.
Astrix is not saying a word. She's just doing complete silence and looking at it. So are you gonna do anything? Because the figures are gonna get closer.
I feel like
roll
it'd be
for perception
disrespectful
to
to
see
say
you.
anything.
Can I roll for perception to see who the figures are?
Yes, you can roll for perception, but with disadvantage since they're still far away from you. They're not directly behind you, but they're within like detecting range of dangerous close.
16.
Okay, so you cannot truly make out their face. However, because they got cloaks over them, you can make out one is of elven origins and one is either a dwarf or a gnome. They are getting closer to you.
You want to
Rap-
alert any of us?
Hey, you got trouble coming in, maybe?
As you go to actually speak, Astric shushes you, like trying not to let the two figures know that you know they are there.
Let's just wait for now, then.
So they approach. So there is 4 of you in total, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as you approach, there is the elven woman. Looks. Alright, anyone go roll for perception? Because this is like a scene I can completely describe.
Okay. Let me just.
Disadvantage or advantage?
Ooh.
It doesn't matter, they're right in front of you. It would be a normal roll.
I rolled a 21.
Okay. Joe, what'd you get?
An 8.
Awesome, Joe. You are just.
My,
You are lambastedly not paying attention. You're kind of like just staring at the grave trying to figure out more
Joe's
about
praying to his god.
it. Yeah, alright, so Ada, what'd you get?
I rolled a 15.
The elven woman who has long, white, pure white hair, not dyed, not bleached, nothing. It is pure white, has the snow. As you watch, her mouth kind of just drops as she like approaches Astrix, like completely. And the dwarf is also taken aback by this. You can see he's a dwarf. He's definitely much older than the elven, as you can tell, but you can't discern if it's because of the difference between the races or if it's because all dwarves look old.
Oh, wow. That's kind
Well,
of
they all. Yeah. By the way, the elf also has white eyes. Like they're somewhat hazeled, but they're like completely white.
You can't do much until Astric says something, right?
Yeah.
No, she only shushed you to see what they would do.
Mm.
So, come here often?
I hate you!
The elven woman completely ignores you. The dwarf kind of gives you like a glare. Like he will fucking kill you. If
I
you
give
try
Aiden
anything.
the same glare.
The dwarf's like 5'1". Fuck this guy.
Dwarves are fucking tough. You should never fuck with a dwarf in D&D.
this is
Man,
true.
he's small.
Dude, a dwarven barbarian can do insane things for only being like 3 foot.
I'll fucking challenge in the one-on-one hoops.
Alright, so Joe, do you say anything? Or are you still praying to your god? Joe?
I'm here. I'm just.
Still praying. You interrupted
Still,
me.
yeah, I know, dude. It's an intense gameplay.
What you said?
What do you say? Because the elven woman has ignored Aiden, but the dwarf gives him a death stare. Like he will fucking kill him if he tries anything.
I give them a questioning glance and then move back to, or I shift my focus back over to
Grave.
Barbarian.
I turn around and look at the dwarf and tell him, "Don't worry about this guy. He couldn't hurt someone if he tried."
Dwarf looks at you and kind of reassures because the Tabaxi race are not known for their physical attributes, so it's not like. And you're a bard, so you don't really have like the muscle to like intimidate someone. Aiden, I hate to say it.
I can go with intimidation. I have +8.
Well, it's +8, and that's disadvantage because your friend just basically said you couldn't hurt a fly.
Well, he's a fucking asshole.
Hey, so as Joe looks at Astriek, she very calmly turns around and looks at the two figures like they are very old friends and immediately hugs the elven woman without saying a word. Not a word. Astriek has not uttered a single word since she went in here. I guess everyone's just gonna say, trying to see how this plays out.
Found his lead.
It takes like a good couple minutes before Astriek finally breaks silence and says, "Oh, you should meet my new companions. This is dude with shield and sword. This is guy who wants to fuck everything, and this is Spoopy Rogue."
Excellent name.
Who is the guy with shield and sword?
That would be you, Joe.
That's you, Joe, because that's how paladins
I don't have
are.
a shield and I have a great axe.
I know, but that's how paladins are. That's how their class icon is, Joe.
I'll try to pass them on.
Zach, just in time. I need you to let it sig for me.
Shh. Hey, Zach. Zach's still in the cart. Zach, you're in a cart with Natasha, who's drunk, and the turtle's asleep. Don't worry about it.
I'm also in a car.
Shh. Alright, can you be yourself then real quick while I sway out this scene?
Alright, hold on, give me a second.
Thank you.
Is there mute on mobile? Yeah.
There it is.
Alright, so she had just described you. That's exactly how she describes you. She doesn't say your name, she only says what class you are. And she says it to
Bard?
This is a guy who wants to fuck everything.
Yes, that is Bard. Ask any Bard played.
Well, I'm not on paper. I don't know.
On paper and in real life. That's how Bards are. Alright, so, do you say anything, though? You can tell she treats them like she's known them a long, long time.
Anyone else? Anyone to say anything?
Walk up and say, pleased to meet both of your acquaintance.
So, the elven woman is still in shock at Astriek's. And the dwarf, like, goes over to Joel, and he's like, "I be Grimly. What's your name?"
I am Keaton.
Keaton. So, you have a sword and a shield, yet you have a great axe on your back. He makes, like, the same, like, generic statement.
I'm gonna do the thing. I turn to him and say, "Hey, want to see a trick?"
No, you might not want to reveal that to literally everyone we.
Well, I mean, Astriek's literally just said Jalen could go invisible. I hate to say it. That's literally how she just.
Or Rogue.
Yeah. Yes.
You could just. She might just be insulting you on your looks.
No, she didn't insult any of you. Actually.
I say, watch this.
Okay. Grimly is unaffected by this. He has seen this before.
Wow. Hard trick ruined.
Yeah. So that's like my one thing.
Are you just Aqua?
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's all you say. The elven woman again is completely shocked by Astriek. She kind of got like her arm on like her shoulder, like kind of freaked out, but like kind of still shocked. Like she hasn't said anything this whole time.
Wait, so can Grimly see me right now or no?
No, he's seen it before, so he's like kind of mildly impressed that you can do it.
Okay. I leave and I leave looking discouraged. They're not leave the stealth looking discouraged. Like damn.
He's like, man, don't worry. I've seen people on the battlefield do that. You just swing your axe like crazy, and eventually you hit them.
Yeah,
Not a bad
eventually.
What happened? What did I miss?
You're in
You're
a cart.
asleep in a cart.
A cart. Yep. Don't worry about it. Just. So is anyone gonna ask the elven woman something? Because Astriek was gonna say something.
I just nod to them and say, silver hand.
I look at the elven woman and say, "Looks like you've seen a ghost."
Oh, and I'm the asshole.
Astriek turns again to this elven woman and kind of picks up like a parent would pick up a child, you know, like to throw them up, and actually catches her and hugs her in an embrace and says, I haven't seen you since you were like 16 years old.
Jesus.
So is anyone gonna ask Astriek anything? Because again, the elven woman's still in shock by this completely. Grimly's unfazed by this, by the way. He's just a stone dwarf who does not give a shit right now. 0 fucks are given.
If I was there
I
and I
ask,
wasn't drunk, I would actually say something.
I asked her who they are.
Oh, this be Grimly. He fought with me and saved me from a dragon when I was impaled. This be my daughter, Sienna.
Huh?
She points to the half-elven woman, and that's who she says her daughter is.
I figured as much.
Oh, you should go give her a hug.
She is hugging her. She's literally hugging her.
She just picks her up.
I mean, like bear hug, you know, like with bones.
She
and
did.
everything,
She literally threw her and then hugged her like a person would do with a small child. Like she weighed nothing.
I mean, like she's barbarian, so she could probably do that anyways.
I know, but still. So that's all you gotta say. You just the look of shock has rolled over everyone.
I'm not that shocked.
I mean, her daughter seems a bit unresponsive, so.
Her daughter's shocked to see her presumed dead mother alive. I mean, wouldn't you be if your parent was dead for, I don't know, about like a good 100 years, and now they're a ghost?
I mean, I'm only 2 years in, and that should be pretty surprising. I'd be pretty pissed if my parents turned into like weird ghost coin slaves.
Well, so she can't. She doesn't know she's a ghost because remember, she's still got 98% of her physical form.
Well, I'm just saying I would be pissed if that happened to me.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So it'd be kind of like a shocking realization moment when that happened.
I turn to Asterix and I say, so you want to explain what's happening before she explodes?
Oh, well, you see, about 100 years or so ago, I died and left her alone. Her father died before she was born.
Take care of you, why?
You don't. You only know that Asterix died. Asterix has never talked about someone else besides her actual husband, because this is not a fey elf or an elf. This is a half elf.
Oh. I mean, anyone else got anything to say? I feel like
You three suck at
I'm gonna try and-
conversation.
Oh, word? What have you said this whole time?
Well, she's been in the cart. She's still super drunk.
That's why I didn't
in
call
the
you guys,
cart.
'cause I'm too drunk. I don't want to ruin anything.
Okay, well, go chill with your boyfriend in the trunk quietly, please.
I am.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Quiet
Output that
her.
y'all suck at conversation.
That's crazy. Cannot believe it.
Astriek is still like lovingly embracing Siona, like completely.
It's like clear my throat.
Yes.
I just clear my throat. That's what I do in the scene.
Okay.
So
Do we
what the
even
fuck?
get in the hug?
I need explanations, please. I'm so confused. Just tell me what's happening.
Okay. So she sets Siona down, and she's like, "I think explanations are in order for every single party member involved." And she sits back down, and sits crossing her legs, and she says, "So, Siona, I know it might look like a surprise at you, but I am still dead. I did die 100 years ago, and I'm back only by an oath I swore to a very, very old friend. And to the rest of you, This is my daughter. That is her father who is buried here. She is my second child and my last child.
Hmm.
I did not mention her because she's a half-elf and they are looked very down upon in this world. I tried to change that, but sadly, I met my end in battle, so it was let's just call it a 50-50.
Will the CIA kill you?
Only Jalen knows what truly killed her, because he had the dream. But she does say she was impaled when she died.
Mm.
Siona's like trying to slowly come to terms with everything that's like kind of unraveling around her.
Can I have the demon guy light up a smoke for me?
What demon guy?
The tiefling. Sorry, tiefling. Oh wait, no, he's dragonborn. I'm sorry. Wow, I'm just memory holding.
Yeah, I know. He's not here in the cart.
Well, I ran out to the cart real quick. I'm like, hey, light the shit.
You run 90 feet to the cart.
90
Dude, come on.
God,
I told you she went in the very back of this graveyard that was as far as the eye could see.
Can I just say I have some matches on me to light up a smoke?
Yeah, you can do that.
I light up a smoke.
Jay's asking who's Grimly again.
Okay,
Jay?
so apparently Jalen has the type from now on, so
Oh,
for the time being.
okay. Let me go pull up Discord because I was pulling up some other stuff. I was pulling up notes. Grimly is the dwarf. So you asking Asterix or are you asking me?
Oh, it's a dwarf. Okay.
Grimly. He was my number 2 in the fall of the Battle of Asgard. On the Mounts of Hythe. Sorry, not Mounts of Hythe. The Mounts of Mount... I want to say Mount Doom because of Lord of the Rings, but there's no Mount Doom. Of Gold Mound. Me and him fought a dragon. I trust this man with my very life. And she, like, kind of, like, pats Grimly.
Okay.
Who did the legwork? I would... If you want... Grimly is strong. I don't think you should underestimate him. If you want, you can arm wrestle him.
How did he manage to reach up to the dragon?
I climbed. Grimly on my back.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I mean, he's only like 3 foot, so he's like perfect backpack height.
Let me tell you, man, if you didn't have a dick...
Asterix, I wanted to smack you so bad, but she just kind of ignores you. How can I smack you? Okay, so Sienna like kind of starts crying and like hugs Asterix, like behind her because she was somewhat behind her. She like hugs the back of Asterix's clothing and starts crying into it. And no one says anything. The room goes silent.
Again, these
There is
three
nothing.
aren't conversationalist. I would be crying too.
What? I mean, what would you like us to... What should we say?
You can say anything. As
moment, like kind of.
Yeah, I'm letting...
You three
I'm
are,
letting her see-
are unemotional.
I'm letting her see her better.
Grimly's here. I'm not saying you have to talk to Siona, but Grimly's here. You can ask Grimly stuff. You know.
I asked Grimly if he wants to hear a fucking sick guitar solo.
Grimly looks at you.
Yeah.
He says, "Do you know how to play the bagpipes?"
No. I don't think so. Wait. Go check.
Okay, you check. How are we supposed to know that?
No bagpipe, sorry.
Then I would not take to your kind of music.
What the fucking normie.
Bagpipe. I don't think I've known anyone in my entire life besides like my people who live in Ireland and some of my Scottish relatives who say they like the music of bagpipes. I hate to say it, if you're gonna call them a normie.
Bagpipes are really cool, and I actually enjoy their music.
I've never
Thank you,
heard
Joe,
of
for
them.
being the one. Oh my gosh, look up bagpipes right now. You'll immediately.
They are.
It's self-explanatory in the name. It's bags with pipes attached.
I never heard the
It was
sound.
originally. Okay, so it was originally made from like goat splatter.
This is
Ew.
true.
Yeah, they found it. It was a musical instrument. Right? They originated in Scotland.
And the English improved it by taking the goat organs out of the goat before blowing.
No,
it.
that was Scotland. It was Scotland still. It didn't even reach mainland England or America till like the 1870s,
Well, the implication was that they were blowing into goats' assholes.
basically.
Yeah.
But get shit on. So Sienna just casually keeps crying to Astriek, Astriek turns around and like kind of embraces her and like puts the cloak around her because that's like how her arms move because like the cloak moves with her arms, as you know cloaks do, and she kind of just like hugs her daughter and like turns away from you since she's got to turn around to do it, so she's not really looking at you.
I offer the dwarf a smoke.
I'm down to try anything. I'm at the end of my years anyway, almost.
No,
Why the hell not?
I pass him a cig and light it for him.
How old Grimly is? Grimly is roughly 125. And I did look up the true age of dwarfs. It's 158.
Oh damn.
So Grimly smokes a cigarette. As Astriek slowly but surely calms down her daughter. Wiping her tears from her face. And the first time you actually see love and care in this pure, unrelenting barbarian in this tender moment. This is the first time she's ever shown any emotion to any of you. To like, at all. She's kind of showed like some boastful stuff. And just being like, you know, her standard nobility. But this is the first time she's actually showed like a soft spot for anything really, besides nature. Meanwhile, Grimly, hold up, I'm reading what Jalen's got to say. Just gotta wait. What are we supposed to say? Alright. Astriek turns back around, kind of like her daughter's on her lap. Her daughter is not as tall as Astriek's. She is roughly 5'8".
So like probably like around my height.
Yeah, so she's roughly 5'8", and she's like sitting in Astriek's lap, and Astriek's like kind of like holding her arms around her.
How old is she?
Siona or Astriek?
I'm just cute. She's 5'8". That's very small for a fucking dwarf. Not a dwarf. I'm sorry, for a elf giant.
She's half.
What? No, she's a half elf.
She's a half elf. Well, that's what I mean. I mean, she's on the shorter side.
No, she's not. That's typical half elf height.
Oh well, I'll go fuck myself then. I guess they keep her on my half elf meters.
Wait, hold up. Jalen keeps saying stop, stop. All right, what's going on?
I'm not trying to bang.
You sound like it.
You shut. You're in the trunk. You keep your
I'm
goddamn.
saying in real life.
By the way, anyone in the trunk can mosey over. These guys are kind of creating a ruckus in the back of the graveyard.
I'm gonna cast spell break glass bottle over your head.
I'm gonna walk over, but my owl's gonna spy on you guys.
That would be very hard to implement, and you would not be able to maintain this stuff to like keep your eyes through the owl because of how drunk you are.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so I just walk over naturally, without trying to fall.
Alright. Turtle, you can walk in, and Ramos, if you want, you can walk in.
There were so many good chances for one-liners, and now they're all gone.
I know.
You try to keep them up.
Yes, Joe. Joe would be like this. Perception, I'm gonna throw a rock at what? Where you throwing a rock at?
He wants to throw a rock at my owl, you fucker!
No, she can't even use the owl because she's so drunk. It would be impossible.
You mean fucker?
Is there a way to get her undrunk?
No, it's 3 hours.
No, she is drunk for 3 hours.
What the fuck happened?
Natasha had one sip.
Alcohol. Her alcohol is very potent.
She drank one, like, not even a full, like, tin of it. Just, like, one gulp and was immediately drunk.
Her shit is strong.
Okay, good shit.
100% alcohol. No other shit.
So, Astriek...
Okay.
Astriek looks at Joe and looks at him intently at first and then says, I think this one's name is Keaton. I don't remember all your names. I remember what you do.
My name is... You do remember correctly.
Thank you. So Siona actually extends her hand. It is somewhat smaller than Astriek's. It is more feminine than Astriek's. And to shake yours, Joe.
Okay, am I gonna need to roll or strength saving throw?
No, she's not. She's not as strong as Astriek's.
I shake
She's
her
not.
hand with due diligence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one that would come close to Astriek's slightly in strength is the dwarf, and the dwarf is not as strong as Astriek's.
Wyatt,
So
I have
then,
a question.
what's up?
How long did it take for the cart to get to the cemetery?
The cemetery wasn't too far from the town.
Okay, I was gonna
Cemetery
say,
was only a 45-minute ride.
Okay.
You're still drunk for 2 hours and 15 minutes.
I was hoping I wouldn't be drunk when I met her daughter. Damn it! Now I'm gonna look stupid.
Okay, so as everyone else approached while Astriek's going around and kind of introducing everyone. And for the first time ever, Aiden, she doesn't talk shit about you.
Oh, nice.
That's a first.
A compliment in itself.
I know. But she kind of gives you the glare like, if you fuck my child, I will behead you in a second.
She's bad.
Like-
She can't unfuck her kid. Call the cops. They can't unfuck you.
So as everyone else approach.
Hello.
Hold on, let me go for computer.
I guess I'm just standing there while everyone else just stares at me awkwardly.
Well, you're sitting. You're all sitting. Astriek was sitting. And you all kind of sat with her.
Oh, I see.
Astriek, you can ask Astriek anything at this point. Like, this is the first time you see her very open about things. Okay, Jalen's dipping for a bit. So, Ramos, Turtle, and Natasha, you all roll up on this scene.
Right.
Everyone kind of around this circle of what looks like a very maintained and upkept gravesite. Only one of the graves that they're in front of is upkept.
Okay.
Everything else is
all
kind of
going
overrun.
down in front of the grave.
Yes.
Okay. I guess I'll walk up. Oh, what is all the ruckus? Mankind.
Ramos, I want you to quickly roll a dexterity check real quick.
Heck yeah, let's get that nat 1. All right.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I thought you were gonna go, gee, sure is boring around here.
I know. I thought so too. I was like, oh, jeez, what? Did someone die? That's what I was gonna say.
All right, yeah. So we're gonna start the night with. Wait, what is our dexterity? Please tell me your dexterity is at least +2. DnD Beyond load. Dexterity is +3. It's an 11. All right, it's more than 10.
So you feel the same firm grip of Astriek just pat your back, and you kind of lean forward from the sheer force of her patting you on the back. And this is Dragon. I don't get his name. I forgot it.
The name's Ramos, and who is this person?
That be Grimly. She points to the dwarf. That be Grimly. And this be Siona. This is my child. She's like sitting in Astriek's lap.
Oh.
Like Astriek is so much taller than her. It's like a child to a parent. like a 5-year-old because of how much of the height difference and body difference there is between the two.
I would just say, well, she certainly seems about the right size for a child.
Fiona gives you like such an immediate with her white eyes because she has white eyes. They're pale. They're not completely white. They're somewhat pale and white, and just stares at you. You can see her pure white hair. There's a little red, looks like a crystal on her forehead. And she just stares at you like she would kill you.
I was just say, I mean, no offense, small one.
I mean, she doesn't mind it because she's not very sensitive about her height, and Ramos is almost as tall as Astriek. Yeah,
we're
like
7-foot legends over here.
Yeah, so like she doesn't mind it because she is used to it. Cause she did grow up around Astrieks. However, Astrieks did die early on in her childhood. Her father died way before that. So, Ramos, do you want to ask anything? And yes, that's how you spell Fiona. It's like Fiona, but with an S.
Alright, okay. Let's see.
Turtle, you're also here.
I guess, yeah, I would probably ask, I thought your daughter was a ruler, was she not?
That was my first child. This is my second child.
So what is she like?
Think carefully about these words.
Yeah, like things super careful. She's being very like tender in this moment, but she will kill you if you try anything.
Well, what the fuck do you do?
You're pushing it.
That's
Wait, are you asking what Fiona does?
Yeah, I mean, like, what does she do for a living? Like,
That's top secret.
fuck do you mean it's top secret? We just brought you your dead mother here, and you're gonna tell us that, they're gonna get all fucking uppity with me?
Quiet.
I cannot discuss matters of the crown here.
Fuck the crown, come on.
Astriek looks at you. 'Cause remember, she used to be the ruler here. Like, she will fucking, like, you're 2 seconds away from just being up crater.
Got my fingers crossed over
I'm
here.
sipping my water.
he is about to be cat pudding.
So,
I try to speak and drink water, it was a bad idea.
so Grimly gets closer to Astriek, and he's like, do you still have the flask?
Me flask.
Astriek like looks around since it's kind of awkward now that she got someone sitting on her lap and she has a lot of things around her waist. And finds the flask and gives it to Grimly. Grimly, the first time any of you seen anyone besides Astriek drinks as much as Astriek does, which is equivalent to like 3 large beer bottles of fudging alcohol. And Joe, this isn't a flask of alcohol that never runs out. It is an incantation.
It is the bottomless.
It is the bottomless flask. He drinks it, gives it back to Astriek, and he's not drunk. He's like, I've missed the stuff. The same stuff from the Phalanx just tastes like shit.
Hey, Ramos, you should try and drink it and see if you don't get drunk.
You have to roll a con save with disadvantage and have to almost exceed 18 or higher.
I got a 22.
I was just gonna say, but why?
Exactly. So
I'm not particularly
Alright,
biased.
I'm back.
okay, so Sienna shakes Ramos's hand. Her hand, you can tell it's some of the similar textures that Astriek does. However, her skin is white, and her hand is more feminine than Astriek's, and somewhat smaller than Astriek's. And you can feel, because you were actually the only one that ever felt Astriek truly grip your arm. I completely forgot that when she shook your arm, you got like the fucking worst roll ever, and she got the highest roll physically possible. you do not feel that, but you kind of tense up like you think you're going to feel it, just from the experience.
I am prepared this time.
I am prepared. This is Sienna. Hold up, let me get her full fucking name up real quick. This is Sienna Zena McConnor. She does not have Astriek's last name, which is very interesting. Except Joe doesn't know that. Joe, your character doesn't know that.
I guess I don't.
Yeah, because you weren't there when she said her full name.
Mm-hmm.
Ramos knows it's not her full name. Jalen, Aiden, and Turtle knows that Siona's name is not the same last name as her mother.
Right.
We're gonna not mention that or what?
What's up with that?
Yeah.
She has her
think Ramos
father's
would.
name.
Yeah, I don't think Ramos would find any reason to disclose that. He'd just be like, cool.
Ramos would probably be like, okay.
Yeah.
She's-
Ramos is kind of like Ramos from League.
So
I was concerned nobody was gonna get that.
I got
So
it. I just
she's-
didn't laugh.
So as she say it, she's like, she has the same name as her dad, who was my most trusted general. And she like, the first time you actually feel it intense, all of you, I need to roll con saving throws real quick.
What
Oh,
the
crap.
fuck?
On save.
Let's see.
Asterix, what the hell,
dude?
It needs to exceed 18 or higher.
I actually got
Oh,
an
no.
18.
Oh wait, how many people are within? What was it? 10 feet? Let me check.
It's way bigger than 10 feet, Joe.
I'm trying to remember what aura protection.
Okay.
Okay, I got
It's not an attack, though. It's not an attack.
No. It just adds 2 to every single saving
Okay.
throw.
Okay, what'd you get,
I
Natasha?
got 2 plus 19, so I got 21.
So
what?
you pass
Plus
it?
19?
Yeah, my
Yep.
my,
It's 10 feet.
my con is plus 2.
Oh, I thought
Oh, you rolled a 9. I thought the same thing. Don't worry, Jalen. I completely understand where you're coming from.
I was about to say, like,
I was like, damn, that's a nutty modifier.
I know. I was about to say, what did you take that 7, add a 2, and then plus a 10?
I rolled a 24.
Okay, so Joe passes it.
16.
Aiden, Jalen don't pass it, and Zach, since technically the rule on con saves is you either have to pass it or succeed it, you technically feel it a lot, but not as much as they do.
Anyone within 10 feet of me, add 2 to your con save.
Oh,
It's a bit late.
there.
Wait, what?
Joe, you only helped yourself, Natasha, and everyone that passed. That was it.
I mean,
Wait,
you
no,
give me
I got
Wow.
a 16, so if it's plus 2, I get 18. That means I pass it.
What's
Yeah, you barely. Alright.
Whew.
So
Wait, we
you
have
all
to
pass it. Alright. And it's only 18, Joe, because she's not actually doing the intimidating presence. You just feel it. You all feel this intense, like, burning hatred emanating from Astriek. As she says, he died. They get so much that you don't feel the ground shake, but the presence she's giving off makes it seem like the ground is shaking.
Oh, like an aftershock.
Ooh.
Yeah, kind
You
of.
probably
Breaking.
don't want to question her too much about it.
That was the plan.
I will. Siona actually looks at Astriek and says, "It's okay, you can tell them. So I will let any of you ask one question about it, and only one for each of
What
you."
happened?
That's
That's probably the best way you could have worded
Yeah.
that without, like, because that leaves so much in it. She looks at you, and for the first time, her iris eyes are actually blood red, which is fury. as she looks at you, because she was kind of looking down when she said it. But like as she looks at you, Jalen, you see her normal like purple iris eyes are completely red.
Haha, I'm in danger.
Don't worry. I sent him to broker a peace between two warring factions. They ambushed him and killed him like cowards. So I then proceeded to kill both factions and put all parties accountable, heads on pikes, and burn both nations to the ground.
I'm sorry, wait, and who is this?
You'd have to roll a very you'd have to actually roll a history check with disadvantage because she burned all records of this.
Who was this they killed?
They killed Siona's father.
Oh, okay. So different guy from the guy she beheaded who got the artifact.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Was about to say. Yeah, let me roll history though. Fuck it. I got 10.
You got to roll. I was about to say it's got to be like above 18 because she did burn all records. You'd have to like offshoot hear it.
Like, so that's what happened to the. Fuck. Wait.
No, you wouldn't even hear the names. You wouldn't even know of the names.
No, I was gonna say. So that's what happened to the Armenians.
She doesn't look at you because she's afraid she would kill you. Again, you can ask her everyone. You can ask her one specific question.
Go on. I already asked mine.
I know.
I don't feel like saying
I have to think about mine.
Warrior's
I'm
funeral.
interested.
One at a time now. One at a time. Natasha, you're already there. Who said Turtle? You started saying it first. What'd you say?
Oh, did they give the fallen warrior a hero's funeral for his service?
When they killed him, or when I buried him?
When you buried him.
I gave him the rights of every creature who is born in the face should get of a mortal man. Which, if you don't know, Fae burial is like one of the highest honors you can actually like get. So she gave him like a massive like homage in the funeral. Okay, Aiden. Wait, was it Aiden or Zach that's asked the question?
I didn't really. I asked a question of like who, like double checking who that was. That was more to you, but we can use that question to ask.
Oh, I thought someone asked another question after Chuck because I heard Turtle, someone else, and then Natasha. So who asked after?
I was gonna ask who were the two factions.
She like doesn't like you can't see, but she wants to punch the ground. You can feel it. I killed them so much and erased them from history. Their names are long since forgotten. And if I hear their names, I will burn whoever that is.
That's kind of fucked up. I think
Don't start.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's a little fucked up, man. Like, people get killed all the time. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, surprise, you've been erased.
That's not something you should be saying right now.
No.
For one, you would have two people that want to kill you because this is Siona's father that she never knew. That would kill
Three.
Yeah, so.
3? Oh, I forgot, because you're simping for the ghost.
Okay.
I want to kill you
Let's go with
too,
that.
Alright,
That's not gonna happen.
So Natasha, you asked the question. What'd you ask?
I didn't ask a question.
What'd you say?
I was saying I was gonna wait until she actually introduced me in Turtle.
Okay. So both Turtle and Natasha roll dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Why?
Oh god, she's gonna slam me really hard in the back.
She's gonna pat you hard on the back.
Oh Jesus! I forgot my dexterity change. I had to look at it. Okay, good.
Alright, let me roll dexterity.
Let me roll for strength for her.
Oh no.
I don't even have to roll. I already know that's like a +7 to like
I got a
17.
I got a plus 2, 16, so that's 18.
She rolled a 17 plus 7. Doesn't matter.
No, I'm gonna fall on my face
I
because
got
I'm
a 12.
drunk.
What did you roll, Turtle?
12.
So I'm gonna do Turtle first to give Natasha some dignity. So, alright, what is the circle we're forming around this grave real quick? What is it?
What's
I'm in between Asterix and Joe.
Okay, so it goes Asterix in the middle, Jalen, Joe, Ramos is to her left, because she patted him.
The dwarf was next to me.
And then dwarf was next to Joe, and the dwarf and Aiden were next to each other. So, next to Ramos will be Turtle and Natasha. Okay. So, she kind of as you approach, she pats Turtle on the back, and she does it with such force, she actually skids you forward, Turtle, like on your feet. Like you have to roll a dexterity saving throw to see if you catch yourself. Also, if you, Natasha, and don't forget you're drunk, so you have disadvantage.
Wait, so I have to roll another one?
Yeah, to see if you catch yourself. The first one was to see how hard she hit you, and then the other one's to see if you catch yourself or you just face plant on dirt.
With disadvantage, it's roll 2, right?
Yeah, you should have
picked the lower number.
You should have rolled 2 for your last one as well.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, never mind. Then let me roll again.
No, it doesn't matter. You already failed it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it would have not mattered anyway.
21.
21 with disadvantage?
Oh,
wait, no, no, never mind. Sorry, not you rolled right. So you catch yourself. You manage to rebalance yourself as you skid just right past Ramos.
Okay, now I'll have to roll 2.
Alright, so as she goes to pat you, since you're so drunk, you just fall over. She doesn't even have to touch you. Just the wind from her moving her arm is enough to blow you over.
Oh, you're so mean!
So she introduces Turtle. Siona, that's Turtle Lad. I'm always gonna refer to your character like that, I hope you know. That's Turtle Lad. This be wannabe nature girl.
Hey! That's so rude. I am nature.
And no, she's more nature than you are, even though she's a barbarian.
Ow.
Oh yeah, because she's Fae.
She's Fae. She's the most attuned with nature of any of single one of you.
Yeah.
It's so mean.
You're like a wannabe to her. That's why I said the wannabe for is.
No respect for me.
No, she has no respect for you. That's not why.
That would be a good reason
Well,
to
you
have no
haven't-
respect for me.
You haven't proven yourself in battle either, though, right?
Yeah, that was it. It's because she didn't prove herself. So you fall over. Siona actually laughs at Natasha falling over in a drunken stupor. You fall directly behind Asterix. You don't even make it anywhere. You just fall down.
Oh, my face.
I kind of want to say roll for damage, but I'm not gonna be mean since technically you already got slapped by Aiden while you were drunk.
I still gonna slap him back when I'm not drunk.
You won't remember. You're way too drunk. You're way too drunk to remember, Natasha. You're probably gonna forget meeting her child.
That's why I didn't want to get to this point until after I was drunk. Because it's not fair.
Okay, shh. So, Asterix eyes are still red. Everyone still got one question except Jalen. Who asked a question in total? It was Jalen and Turtle, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone else has one question. It's like the Wild West out here. Everyone's waiting to shoot.
I don't have one, though.
Wow. It's just... Alright. Anyone?
Can I ask what this person was like? The general or Siona's father?
Yes, you can.
In a mild attempt to calm her down.
Her eyes actually somewhat return to their iris colors. They still have a red outline, but they're her normal iris color.
Right.
She looks at the grave, somewhat mournfully. He was the. She keeps stopping before she can fully put into words what kind of man he was.
Mhm.
He was towards the end of my life, he was the only man I could trust, and he was my most loyal and dedicated soldier. That man saved me, and I saved him from a bear trying to eat him. And then we ate some bear. That's actually what my cloak's made out of.
That's lovely.
I mean, listen, that's a good love
Well,
story.
actually, as she says that, she pats Ramos again. She says, "That was probably the best fight ever." So she starts retelling the story of how she killed this bear with her bare hands, physically strangled it to death. Because it approached her in the middle of the night while she was sleeping.
See, Ramos is gonna find this very interesting.
Oh, that's terrible.
Literally,
Yeah, 'cause
did
you're,
it? She
like, with nature.
she's a wannabe nature girl, the Astriek still.
Yeah, but she's mean to nature.
What are you talking about? She said she only did it because she was attacked in the middle of the night by a bear. What, if you're a druid and you're being attacked by a werebear or a bear, are you just gonna let it take you and kill you?
Hey, yeah.
I would
can-
hesitate to
I
throw a
can
werebear
talk to
at
animals,
any
though.
Something to like.
First
Yeah,
thing
dude.
you
Where,
probably
well,
find out.
one at a time. Well, for one, werebear technically is attuned of a beast animal spirit to a normal person. So technically,
never
they're
mind.
still animal.
And I can talk to animals.
When you're not drunk.
And I'm not drunk, of course. You had to throw that in, dang you.
Right now, you are so drunk. You're literally on the ground and haven't gotten up. So I mean,
I don't want to get up. The world is spinning.
Understandable. Have a nice night.
okay. So Ramos asked his question. Anyone else asked a question?
I will, in response, after she tells me, take a little a bow of reverence towards the grave.
She corrects you before you take a bow, and actually puts Siona down, and actually teaches you how to properly mourn someone who is of Fey origin. Everything about this grave screams of Fey, and that's kind of why the nature has grown around it and not overcame it.
Mm-hmm.
So she teaches you to get on both your knees, and pray to her deity of the Storm Lord, and pray that the storms will never stop raging within them, and their burning soul will always live on.
Nice. That's actually really fitting, considering Ramos is a lightning dragonborn.
Can I cut
Yeah, I
in?
know.
Can I cut in? So we can...
Yeah, you're still on the ground though.
No, not that. I was going to cut in real life because I wanted to end this video and start a new one because it's reaching an hour and 30 minutes.
Okay.